Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to set up my July budgets. Yes, plural. We'll talk about that in a second. I am super excited because this is only the second time I've done a budget plan with me. The first time was a quick setup in my previous planner when I filmed the video showing the new budget kits that were going up in the store. Going forward, I will be setting up monthly budgets on the channel, and there will be 2 each month, and the reason for that is that I need to set one up for both just like family and personal, my husband's and my family budget, and then also one for business. So this is a DIY budget planner. It's basically a notebook. It's got A5 wide inserts in it that I made. This is the cover that I had originally had on my catch-all planner. So you might have seen it in my planner lineup video. Once I switched that out, I decided to just use this on here for now. And then in here I've just got a couple dividers, so obviously the one that says family and then the one that says business. In between are just note pages, and I have a ton more printed that I just haven't cut and added yet, but we will get to that when we need them. So the kits that I'm using are 2 of my July kits, and I love them. So I'm going to use the Canada Day one because of course I have to. I'm Canadian, so we'll use that for family, and then we're going to use summer florals for business. And I've got my sheet of neutral months headers to add in the July budget sticker there. But we're going to start with family. So I am going to be using, so I'm going to use this page. I've got the whole kit here. I'm going to use this page. I am going to set up, we're not really doing cash envelopes right now because a lot of places here still aren't accepting cash. Probably not going to use sinking funds either because those we do in cash as well, so they're just going to stay in the bank for now. Weekly check-in we will use. Debt tracker we don't need. We're going to use the transaction log, and then I've got a couple like duplicates in here. And then we will probably use at least the thin washi. I'm not sure about the thick washi yet. So let's get started. So as I mentioned, these are A5 wide inserts, so they should be sized pretty well. Yeah, they're pretty perfect for this. So that is good. I'm going to take this off the discs for now. And I'm just going to line it up with this line here because it looks like it will sit perfectly on this line, which is extra convenient. I am loving all things A5 wide right now, especially DIY ones. Like I just love, so these note pages basically mimic the EC ones in terms of dimensions and sort of space between the lines. So hopefully these should all fit just fine in here. If not, I mean, they're DIY. I can redo them. So let's put down our yeah, we'll leave space. Yeah, so it should fit right in there. Perfect. Okay. And then I wanted to leave, whoops, don't need that right now. Gonna leave 1, 2, 3. Gonna leave 3 spots, I think, for income. We have my husband's salary, then I'll have Etsy, the magazine, and I think one other thing, but that can all sort of go down in variable. Maybe we'll leave 4. yeah, that should. Okay, so I'm going to write in J salary, K magazine, K Etsy, and then just call it Etsy and other. And then we'll just put in miscellaneous, because sometimes we do have random sources. I am not going to put these numbers in here. That's not something that my husband and I feel quite comfortable doing just yet. Maybe not ever, I'm not sure. But yeah, for now, definitely not. So you'll see the budget set up, but you won't necessarily see, like you won't see the final numbers and things like that. Maybe one day, but for now, we will keep that. All right, so I'm just going to put that divider down, and then I'm going to use the fixed and variable expenses. So do variable here. And then fixed should fit perfectly in here. That's a bit crooked. Where am I? Right in front of me. Okay. And then, okay, so for variable, we have our electric, the natural gas for the house, groceries, we have gas for the car, we have dog food and grooming. We have one credit card payment. And then I'm also going to include unbudgeted, which basically is any expense that we weren't actually expecting. So it gets budgeted at 0. Okay, electric, we're gonna budget at 120. Natural gas gonna be probably 90. Groceries, we budget about $600. We're a family of 3, but keep in mind we are in Canada where everything is expensive and my husband loves meat. Gas for the car, I'm gonna say 100. It's a hybrid. My husband just drives it to work and back. Dog food's gonna be about 80, and then our one dog is being groomed in July. So that's another 60, so we have 140. I don't know yet what our credit card payment is going to be, and I'm not even going to budget something for it. I don't know what it is, and that's going to be 0. So take my variable total. Okay. I'm actually going to put in 500 for the credit card payment just as an estimate. So we have 1550 there for variable expenses. For fixed expenses, we have rent. Which is $17.15. I don't want to talk about it. We have car and tenant insurance, which I just had to look that up because it just changed. So it's 177. For the two, we have life insurance, which is 70. Internet and Netflix, which is about $100 total, I think. That just changed as well. Cell phones, and it's just my daughter's and my cell phone that we have to pay for because my husband's is covered by work, so that is 65. My husband and I both get an allowance, which is 300 total. And then we are probably going to have at least one gift this July because we've got a family birthday. So I'm gonna put 25 in there for that. It's not often that the fixed and variable end on the same line, so that is just perfectly lined up. So that equals 24.52. Okay, and then what I like to do is I still like to use this line or these stickers here just to put down my estimated total expenses. So put that there, and then this one right under it. Okay, so that makes our total expenses $4,002. Now, this is not everything. We do have a separate amount that's going to go into sinking funds. I'm just not including that in this month's budget because we're still sort of figuring out. We sort of paused our sinking funds when the whole pandemic thing happened and started, and then we've just sort of been trying to figure out since then what to do because of the cash issue and businesses not accepting it. I'd only wish that that was the total. Okay, and then I'm going to put in another little divider. And then we're going to put in our totals and the balance. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this here. When we actually are doing sinking funds, and I have more lines to put in the budget, I might not have room to use the little washi in between, and that's okay. I do this month, so I want to use it. And then we're going to put our balance right under here. So what we will do now is once I fill in the income, I'll take our estimated income minus our estimated expenses and put that there. And then again, same over under with the month. So that is the main budget. That's, even if that's all you do, that's good. You've got it down. You know what you are tracking. I am also going to be tracking our transactions and our weekly check-in. So let me mark down our weekly check-in. Put that there. And then I'm going to put our, whoops, I need to put this down. I'm all out of practice. Okay, and then this goes just here. Okay, and the things we're going to track for that are groceries, gas, and unbudgeted. So okay, and then, so we'll need all 5 of these, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and get them set up now. Okay, so under here, I will just write them very small under here so that it can stay all on one page. I don't mind that. So that is going to be our weekly check-in page. So once a week, we will sort of at the end of the week, sit down, check in. What did we budget for it? What did we spend? And then what's remaining, which then becomes the budget for the next week. All right, so first 2 pages are done. The last thing we're gonna do, I'm just pulling another page out of the planner, is our transaction log. So let's set that baby up as well. And this is an easy one. You're just literally marking down the date, the description of the expense. So that might be like toilet paper, and maybe some people budget that under household, some people budget it under groceries. We just lump it in with groceries. So put toilet paper, groceries, and the amount, and that's it. And that is just to help us when we come back to the weekly check-in, going down here and saying, okay, what did we spend on each of these things? Okay, so let's put these back in. So that is the monthly budget for my family. Now we're going to do my business one. And this one is a little bit more basic than the family budget. Just gonna clean up a little bit here. Because I don't need, I just don't need as much stuff. So use this. And then pull in, whoops, my July budget sticker. I don't know if that's, oh God. I got too confident with how quickly I was going. How did I? Did I even take off? Oh, the G. Oh my goodness. How did that get over there? Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on, sticker surgery coming right up. All right, so let's do our income. And we're going to mark down sales. And then we'll put an unbudgeted. I don't imagine unbudgeted. Whoa, why did that seem weird? I don't imagine there's going to be anything like random that I'm not expecting, like a windfall in my business. Probably not. Okay, and then we will grab a pretty, I think maybe the blue to add in a pop of color. Let's do that. All right, and then expenses, we are gonna do variable and fixed again. Okay, so then for variable, we have postage, artwork, and Etsy fees. And then I'll also put in an unbudgeted line there, which also gets 0. These ones I have to look at. I haven't finalized artwork, and like in July I'll be working on September kits, so I haven't finished. I haven't bought all of the artwork yet. And postage, I'll need to look at and fees, the previous month's sales to estimate that. So we can put our variable total here. Okay, and then fixed expenses are Adobe Creative Suite, which is, I think it's 32 Canadian, and then HP Instant Ink, which is, I want to say it's $12 Canadian. I am not going to need to buy sticker paper. I'm not going to need to buy mailers. The ink will come, like that just comes automatically. I have new ones on the way. So I think that that's it. Don't need foil, don't need cello bags, anything like that. So that is going to be it for fixed expenses this month. So that makes our fixed total 44. So then I'm going to, let's put down another little washi. And then I'm gonna put down, oh sugar, I didn't mean to put that there. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get that up. Okay, we're gonna leave it, it's fine. I'm just gonna put this right underneath it. So we have our expense. Totals. And you don't have to use this sticker, because this sticker, like these expenses, you could, if you don't like splitting them up into fixed and variable, you can just use this one, list them all below, and then put the total. Similarly, if you like the fixed and the variable split and you, but you don't want to use this, you don't have to, you could just add your income, subtract that, and then you'd have your total. Okay, do I have 2 copies of the little washi? No. Yes, I do. Okay. So now I will add another one. I put that down kind of crooked. I'm gonna add another one here. And then my totals. And this one I'll leave a space. Okay, so then I will fill that in once I've worked out what I think my budget is going to be for postage, fees, and artwork. Okay, page 2, I want to do a weekly check-in for my business as well, but mostly just to track sales as the month goes on. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do that. I haven't created a business like revenue tracking sheet. It would more go in as income, which is fine. I just don't have 2 of those. I don't have 2 of these sheets printed. So I think I'm still going to call it a weekly check-in. So I'm still going to put this here. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of using these, I'm going to use these. So what I'm going to do is put this here. And I'll put my week 1. I'm already rethinking this. Hold up. Okay, no. What I'm actually gonna do is this. I'm just gonna hack it for this month, and then I will create something for next month. So what I'm actually gonna do, so I just covered that up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this. And I'm gonna cover this. There for a second, and then this is going to be, okay, we're just going to call that revenue, and then we'll call that total revenue. And basically what I'll do, so then in here I'm going to put sales, and then I'm going to do Etsy fees, postage. I think that's it. Yeah, I think those are the 3 that I want to track. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to speed through this just for the sake of time, and then I'll be back. Okay, so that will be the weekly check-in page. So at the end of each week, I will mark down what my sales were, how much my, sorry, this is chipping and I only did it last night, so that's great. How much I had to pay in Etsy fees and then postage. Sorry, so sales there, Etsy fees, and postage there, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay, last page we're gonna do for this is the transaction log. So just gonna grab another sheet for that. And again, this is super simple. Okay, there's that. Oopsie. Okay, and then that will go in there. So that would be, so when I have to pay for the Etsy fees or postage or anything else I might have to purchase that I'm not thinking of. So that will be that. So now we can put this back in here as well. And there we go. So we have at the front, we've got our family budget all set up. And then under the business tab, we have my business budget, a little bit of a modified weekly check-in, and the transaction log. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and don't forget to check me out over on Instagram and Etsy at A Pretty Planscape. I'll see you all again soon. Bye, friends.